What's going on, everyone? It's Coach Ed here, bringing you today my top 25 college football rankings after the games played yesterday. So there's some changes going into my rankings. But before I get into that, if you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification button so you know when I post new content on my channel. Everyone, please like today's episode. Also, make sure you share on all your social media platforms and be sure everyone to comment what you like or dislike or your thoughts in reference to my rankings and my thoughts on college football. I had four teams that dropped out of my top 25 after today's games. They all suffered some big losses. Dropping out is Texas, Michigan State, Miami of Florida, and Florida universities. All right. Now, entering the rankings from the ACC is Syracuse University. They slipped by Virginia 22-20. Also entering the rankings is Kansas. They've been the surprise team of the year. They tamed Duke University and their high-powered offense 35-27. Dropping one spot from 22-23, the Wake Forest Demon Deacons, they suffered their first loss in double overtime to Clemson, 51-45. Pittsburgh is up to 22. They're up one spot after they used their ground game to defeat Rhode Island 45-24. New to the rankings is Florida State at 21 out of the ACC. They dominated Boston College 44-14. Also new to my rankings out of the Big Ten, coming in at number 20, Minnesota. They destroyed Michigan State 34-7. Dropping 7 spots from the SEC, Arkansas, they dropped from 12-19 after they lost to Texas A&M 23-21. Up one spot out of the Pac-12 is the Oregon Ducks. They came back to knock out the previously undefeated Washington State Cougars 44-41. Also from the Pac-12, moving up one spot is Washington. They went from 18-12 after they destroyed Stanford 40-22. Dropping 11 spots from number 5 to number 16 out of the Big 12, Oklahoma. They suffered a big loss to Kansas State, 41-34 in Norman. So that's a big loss for them. Up one spot out of the SEC, Ole Miss. They went from 16-15 after they had an up and down time beating Tulsa 35-27. Up one spot out of the ACC, NC State. They went from 15-14 after they bullied UConn 41-10. Out of the Big 12, moving up one spot from 14-13 is the Baylor Bears. They had a wild affair with their win over Iowa State, 31-24. Moving up one spot, Utah out of the Pac-12 after they handled Arizona State, beating them 34-13. Moving up 6 spots from the SEC, Tennessee. They went from 17-11, winning in the last seconds to beat Florida 38-33. Up one spot out of the SEC is Texas A&M. They defeated Arkansas 23-21. Up one spot out of the SEC, Kentucky. They stay undefeated after they had a tough out and defeated Northern Illinois 31-23. Oklahoma State was idle this week, so they stayed at the same spot at number 8, so that's why there's no change. Up 2 spots out of the Big Ten is Penn State. They beat Central Michigan 33-14. Up 1 spot out of the Pac-12, USC. They beat Oregon State in a wild game 17-14. Out of the ACC at number 5, up 1 spot, is Clemson after they battled back to beat Wake Forest in double overtime, as I previously said, 51-45. Michigan stays at number 4. They're out of the Big Ten, and they held on to beat Maryland 34-27. Ohio State stays at the same ranking at number 3. They showed their Big Ten superiority over Wisconsin 52-21. Alabama is also staying at number 2 after they showed this championship pedigree over Vanderbilt 55-3. And also out of the SEC, and the number one spot is Georgia, after they had a workout win over Kent State, 39-22. So those are my rankings this week. Let me know what you think. Like I said, asked. Again, the rankings are Georgia number 1, Alabama number 2, Ohio State number 3, Michigan number 4, Clemson number 5, USC number 6, Penn State 7, Oklahoma State 8, Kentucky 9, Texas A&M 10, Tennessee 11, Utah 12, Baylor 13, NC State 14, Ole Miss 15, Oklahoma 16, Washington 17, Oregon 18, Arkansas 19, Minnesota 20, Florida State 21, Pittsburgh 22, Wake Forest 23, Kansas 24, and Syracuse 25. Those are my rankings this week. So thanks for tuning in. I really appreciate you guys taking the time to do so. And like I always say in sports, make sure you turn it on and turn it up. Have a great day.